All right, let's talk about AI in the classroom. It's kind of the elephant in the room, right? On one hand, it feels like this amazing new superpower for students. But for a lot of instructors, it just looks like a new, super easy way to cheat. Today, we're going to look at a totally different way of thinking about this, one that flips the whole script and turns AI into a critical part of learning itself. So let's just ask the big question right up front. Is using something like ChatGPT for your homework cheating? I mean, you can get an entire essay draft in 10 seconds? You can solve a math problem, summarize a book. But where's the line? Is it a tool like a calculator, or is it just academic fraud? It's a really murky area, and honestly, a lot of schools are still trying to figure it out. And while everyone's debating that, some educators are doing something kind of radical. Instead of trying to ban AI, they're leaning into it. They're actually building their courses around it, creating a system where using AI isn't just okay, it's pretty much the whole point of the assignment. And it works. Okay, so here's the core idea, and it's a big one. You have to change how you think about AI. Stop seeing it as this all-knowing oracle. Instead, I want you to picture AI as your brand new junior analyst. It's super eager, it's incredibly fast, but it's also fresh out of school and makes a ton of mistakes. And that puts you in a new role. You're not the user anymore, you're the boss. You are the senior auditor, and it is your job to check its work. This right here breaks it down perfectly. The old way of thinking, on the left, is where you get into trouble. You're just a passive user, and you're trusting a tool that has hidden errors. That's a recipe for disaster. But the model on the right, that's a whole different ballgame. You are in charge. And get this, the errors the AI makes, they're not a problem. They're actually expected. Finding them is how you learn. It's a total game changer. Now, this whole strategy is based on a concept from the tech industry called human in the loop. It sounds fancy, but it's really simple. It just means you never fully trust the machine. A human expert, and in this case, that's you, always has the final say. You have to sign off on every single thing the AI produces before it's considered complete. And the reason that is so important is because of this little thing called hallucination. This is when the AI just makes stuff up. It will invent facts, create fake sources, and present it all to you with the same level of confidence as something that's 100% true. And, as we're about to see with a simple box of granola, these AI hallucinations can actually be pretty dangerous. Okay, so let's see how this junior analyst model actually works in a real class. We're going to look at a university nutrition course where the main assignment was for students to audit meal plans that were generated by AI. This is where the rubber really meets the road. The assignment was deceptively simple. Step 1, students had to get an AI, like ChatGPT, to analyze a real-life nutrition label from a food product. Step 2, they'd ask the AI to build a meal plan around that food. And step 3, this is the most important part, they had to rigorously fact-check everything the AI came up with using official sources like USDA databases and their own textbooks. So let's follow a first-year student named Jordan. They picked a pretty standard item, something you've probably got in your pantry right now, honey almond granola. Seems harmless enough, right? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Well, right off the bat, the AI made a huge mistake. It confidently stated that a serving was 1 cup for 250 calories, but Jordan just looked at the box, the actual physical box, and saw that the real serving size was only 2/3 of a cup, and it was actually more calories. So the AI got the serving size and the calorie count wrong in the same sentence. And this just shows you how serious these little mistakes can be. This wasn't a rounding error. If you actually followed the AI's advice and ate a full cup, you'd be eating almost 400 calories. That is a 60% error. For anyone who's actually trying to manage their diet, that's a massive difference. Oh, and it didn't stop there. The AI just straight up invented nutrients. It said the granola had vitamin D when the label clearly says 0%. Then it gave some really sketchy health advice, calling 14 grams of added sugar, which is a lot, perfect fuel for an athlete on a rest day. I mean, come on. So here's what makes this whole approach so brilliant. The lesson works so well because the curriculum itself is built to be flexible and adaptable, just like the technology it's teaching. And that brings us to the secret sauce that makes this possible for any student in any class. This whole granola assignment, it's something called an open educational resource, or OER. Basically, it means it's not trapped inside some $150 textbook that's already out of date. It's free, it's online, and it's licensed in a way that allows anyone to use it, change it, and share it. For a topic that's moving as fast as AI, being open is its absolute superpower. So, why should you, as a student, care about this? Well, first, it means the stuff you're learning is actually current. When the next big AI model drops, this lesson can be updated in an afternoon, not 2 years from now when the next textbook edition comes out. And second, your professor can tweak it to be hyper-relevant to your specific class and your future career. And this is where it gets really cool. You can take the exact same Audit the AI assignment and completely transform it for different fields. For nursing students, it's about a meal plan for a patient with diabetes. For culinary arts, it's about modifying a recipe to be heart healthy. Sociology, you could be looking at creating budget-friendly meals for people in a food desert. It's the same core skill, just applied differently. That's the power of OER. All right, let's bring this home. By doing this simple assignment with the granola, Jordan learned way more than just how to read a nutrition label. They learned a whole new way of thinking, a mindset that is going to be absolutely essential in, well, basically every field from now on. Because this senior auditor mindset, that's the real takeaway here. It has nothing to do with granola. It's a framework you can apply to literally anything you study, whether you're in history or coding or marketing. This is how you're going to work with AI. You learn to treat it as an incredibly powerful assistant, not as the source of truth. So here it is, your new 4-step workflow. First, you delegate. Give the grunt work to your junior analyst, the AI. Second, you verify. You check every fact, every source, every single claim. Third, you correct the mistakes you find. And fourth, you own it. The final accurate product is yours, backed by your human expertise. You know, I think Jordan's final takeaway just says it all. The AI is a language model. Its job is to generate text that sounds plausible. It is not a calculator, it's not a fact checker. That's your job. You are the safety net. You're the human intelligence making sure it all adds up. So maybe you're asking the wrong question. It's not about whether using AI is cheating. The real question is this. You've just been given a free intern that works at the speed of light. It's super enthusiastic, but it also needs constant supervision. So, what's the first assignment you're going to give it?